Hello everybody, welcome to Global Cajon. In this chapter we are going to talk about three very important aspects, as far as I see it, in music. Hope you find it interesting. I think a smart question to make to ourselves at this point is, okay, let's train, let's practice. But with what goal? What do we want to achieve? I'm going to share with you my personal thoughts about this question. What I want to get out of my training after so many years is to be physically and mentally prepared to express myself doing something cool. You might think, cool? Is that it? Might sound not like a very big goal. But I think, in fact, it's one of the biggest goals for an artist. For me, that goal is higher than other overestimated goals like tradition, technique, innovation, complexity, etc. What I mean with this is that tradition, technique, innovation, complexity, originality, modernity, etc. are not really goals for me. They are things, ideas, concepts to consider in order to do something interesting, to do something cool. Now, what is cool and what is not cool? That's another interesting conversation. But to leave this topic and move forward, I would say that something cool is something that causes you a yeah feeling. That's it. You don't need 4 legs for a completely stable table. You only need 3. If they are all short, the table will be very small and useless. If the legs are very different in length, the table will have a very steep surface and will be useless again. Only a table with similar long legs will provide a nice flat surface to put things on. In my opinion, this applies to building a good player. And these 3 legs every player should take care of to be a stable, well-balanced musician are technique, musicality, and knowledge. Technique, to make your body respond accurately to whatever your brain orders it to do. Musicality, so those orders that come from your brain are great, beautiful, creative, and valuable. Knowledge, to know why, when, how, and where to make those orders. If we leave one of these legs unattended, we will never be a complete performer. How many times have we seen a technically amazing player with terrible taste, making decisions that go against the flow of the music? Or how many times a sensible, tasteful player is not capable of expressing himself because of technical issues? Or how bad it is to see a musical, talented, technically wise, well-prepared player being out of context completely, playing weird stuff, because he doesn't know the style. Let's imagine what would happen if one of the legs, only one of the 3 legs, is not strong. We have not worked in that aspect a lot. Let's imagine our technique is not really happening. We have great musicality and great knowledge, but our technique doesn't work. What would happen? Okay, we would choose amazing ideas from our huge knowledge, and we would try to make them in great places with great taste, because we have a great musicality, but our hands wouldn't respond to our will. So at the end, it would be as if we were talking with a potato in our mouth. This beautiful poem that we have to say to this person doesn't really sound because we can't articulate. What would happen if instead of technique we are lacking musicality? Let's say we have a great technique and great knowledge, but we haven't worked in our artistic or our musicality, let's say. Well, maybe we are playing in a band and suddenly somebody suggests doing that tune that we know a lot to play it in 7/8 instead of 4/4. We have a great technique, great chops, we know everything there is to know, but we don't have the mental flexibility of going from 4/4 to 7/8 or to any other odd meter, and then we are stuck. Let's imagine that it's knowledge, the field that we have not worked enough in. We have great technique, we have great musicality, but we are playing in a jam session that was funk until that point, and then a guest comes in and he wants to play a jazz standard. And everybody knows the standard, but you don't. What's the use of your technique and your musicality if you don't know the style or the song that everybody else wants to play? So it's obvious that lacking of one of these three aspects is going to be a big problem. We have to work on all of them. But always remember, although very important, technique, musicality, and knowledge are not goals by themselves. They are just important tools for the journey. Let's learn how to work on them separately.
Otra vez.
Hello, my friends. Okay, most of the times that a friend or a student comes with a cajon that is not sounding properly anymore, the problem falls into one of these three categories. 90% of the sick cajons happen to be suffering from one of these three problems. The first is this sound. Okay? The second is this empty, hollow sound. And the third problem is this super loose snare. Okay? It's very, very good news that your cajon has one of these illness because it's super easy to solve. Let's go to the first problem. This cajon has a super loose head. Okay, the screws have moved while playing, and the head is separated from the body of the cajon. So all we have to do is put the cajon on a flat surface. Well, we already have the carpet, but now let's do some publicity of the towels of Mino. No, it's important to put the cajon on something smooth. And with the screwdriver, you press a little bit the screws, not too much. It's better to have to do this every 2 concerts than pressing too much and breaking the head. Okay, you will feel when it's, you know, kind of there. Also, try this. If you put these screws that are on top pretty tight and loosen up these ones from here to the bottom, sometimes you get a very interesting crispy sound here and pretty fat low end bass. So that's something you can try too. Okay, so it's more important to have these ones tight than the rest. Let's see how this has improved with only 2 minutes. Let's put it close to the microphone and check it out. Okay, it's healthy again. Second problem, this empty to hollow. Let's put this like this. It reminds of an empty room, you know, without furniture or anything, right? What do we do with this? Super easy. Well, the super short-term solution is putting your foot. It kind of muffles up the head. Look. It already improves a lot from this, okay? But a better solution, because also you want to do something with your feet besides putting there, is using a cloth, soft and kind of big, and put it, you know, through the hole, attached to the head from inside. You can try with different sizes of cloths or towels or even a pillow. And look, let's take this guy out so you listen to this one. The bass is beautiful. Okay, fixed. Let's go with our third and last friend. If you listen to this, this is a very common illness of the cajon. Okay, this sound means that the snares are too loose. Good cajons, such as this one, have the possibility of tuning, you know, the snares from the outside. And also this model has this, which is very convenient, which is the Allen key. Most of the cajons that are how do you say it, that you can tune them from outside, have the tuning screws in the bottom. So check it out. Maybe you have a cajon that it's tunable from outside and you don't know. So most of the times it's down here. This is a very fancy cajon and you can tune it from the top, which is better because you don't have to turn the cajon upside down. Okay, carefully. I know how many turns I have to do this to fix this one, but you check with your own cajon. Probably it's not so many turns as this one, because this is a very healthy cajon. I had to untune it to make this example. Okay, this is ready now, probably. Remember to put the tuning key here. Is a very great place to have it, because you forget about it until you need it. Okay? And then listen to this guy now. Sounds perfect. Okay, so don't be too worried if your cajon is not sounding sexy anymore, because probably it's just a flu. Well, I hope you liked this chapter. You can find many other chapters in my YouTube channel. Also in my website and Facebook you can find the index to all the other chapters. Keep posted. Adios.